my name is Jennifer and welcome to my channel. If you are new, please like and subscribe if you like this video. In this tutorial, I'll be adding more leaves to my wreath, so if you want to follow along, keep watching. We will be starting off with leaf number 8. You'll find leaf number 8 on the yellow felt, so go ahead and cut it, and we're going to bead and sequin this leaf. If you look in the instructions, it says that we're going to be using the gold thread, and we're going to be using yellow sequins. Here is the gold thread that we'll be using, and we'll be doing the outline stitch. So here I'll be showing you the beginning of the outline stitch, and you'll be doing a lot of outline stitches for these leaves, and I figured since you'll be doing a lot of them, you'll be seeing me doing a lot of them, so I will just show you the beginning of each of the leaves for the outline stitch, a few stitches, and I will be fast forwarding through the rest and skipping to the end. This is what your leaf should look like when it's done with the outline stitch, and there's the back, nice and clean, and we'll be doing this beads and sequins. For this leaf we'll be using the color yellow thread for the beads and sequins to match. Here I will show you how to bead and sequin each piece. Always come up from the bottom and always grab a sequin first and then a bead. And you'll be doing this back to back after you've secured each sequin and bead. And I always go down in the bead first, and then I double knot mine. So I actually come up again, and then I go down again. And I always use 2 threads, and I always double knot. And because we're doing beads and sequins back to back, I just keep going. I don't bother knotting each individual one because it just wastes thread. So just keep going until you have a line of beads and sequins that you want, and then you knot at the end of that line and then start on the next one. And I'll show you how I do that. This is what the leaf looks like, completely beaded and embroidered. There's the back of it. Now we're going to applique it to the wreath. To find number 8 on the wreath, just look for the number 8, or you can always refer to the picture that's given also. Take a couple of straight pins and make sure you secure each piece onto the wreath so that it doesn't move around when you use the applique stitch. Here I will show you the beginning of the applique stitch. It's also known as the whip stitch. In the kit instructions it does refer to it as the applique stitch, so that's what I refer it to. And I always start in between the felts to hide the knot. That's just a personal preference. And I'll show you a few stitches and then I will fast forward. good to be really comfortable with your applique stitch because it is visible on the final project. So if you don't feel quite comfortable with the applique stitch, use some extra felt and practice it. But like I said, the more leaves you do, the better your stitches get. So it's really great practice, and it doesn't take that much to get a rhythm and get nice spacing between your stitches to make them look good. And we're going to be working on number 9 next. And number 9's on the chart right here, and it's going to be the color green felt. It's kind of a lighter green, and I kind of like this felt. It's a really nice thickness. And we're going to use the dark green thread and the light green sequin. As I said before, it's basically wash, rinse, repeat. Start with the outline stitch, and I will always show you the first few stitches so you have an idea of what it looks like, and I will show you the final stitching once it's done. This is the finished stitching on the leaf. It's such a cute little leaf. I like this one. And I will show you the beginnings of the sequins and the beads. I'll be doing a few of them for you. And you'll just get into a nice rhythm with these. It'll be really great. I think honestly this kit is really great for beginners. I know I've heard that wreaths are harder, but honestly I've done enough of these projects to know the difficulty, and this difficulty is, I think, rather easy. There are only a few stitches to learn, and a lot of it is repeating, so you'll get really good really quick. This is what the finished leaf looks like. There's the back. I really do like this one. This is a cute little leaf. And we're going to position it onto the wreath with a couple of straight pins. And then we'll attach it to the wreath. So for the applique stitch, I'm going to be using the green thread. So I will be showing you the beginning of the applique stitch, and I really enjoyed this piece of felt, the light green. For some reason it just feels a lot softer than some of the other felts, and you can tell just by feeling them. It's nice to work with. To show you here that there is a part that I did not sew, and I just felt like that looked a little bit better and it didn't ruin the aesthetic of the leaves. Okay, so we're going to work on leaf number 10 next, and it should go right there underneath the gold one. You'll find leaf number 10 on the orange felt. For this leaf, we'll be using the red-brown color thread and the orange sequin. Even though there's a lot of repeated elements on this project, I'm really enjoying it, and I'm just liking the simplicity of it. Yeah, I do like a challenge every once in a while, but sometimes I just like something that's easygoing, and this project sure is. It's great for beginners. Here is the orange leaf with the finished embroidery, and there's the back. And we'll be doing the beads and sequins. And I actually, I went ahead and did them just for time's sake because lots of repeating and I didn't want it to be boring. So I just wanted to jump ahead and show you that. And then we're going to position it onto the wreath with a couple of straight pins and attach it to the wreath. So even though you're doing a lot of the same elements on each leaf, when you're doing the applique, there is a room for interpretation. In the beginning of this project, I decided that I didn't want to just like stick all the things on the same time and just have them all on there. I kind of wanted to have some body to it to look like it had some type of 3D effect, even though these aren't stuffed. So I decided that if the leaves overlap each other, then I'm not going to applique it over the leaf. And so far I'm really liking it. So like I said, it's a personal preference, something I wanted to try. Here is a finished orange leaf onto the wreath. That rhymed. And those are the parts that I did not applique, and that's the back of it. And the next leaf we'll be looking at is leaf number 11, and it's hiding behind the cute little owl. And you'll find number 11 on the yellow felt, and we'll be using the gold thread and the yellow sequins. So fall is probably one of my favorite seasons besides spring. There's just something about when the leaves change colors, and it's so magical to witness that. And I think that's one reason why I chose this project, was to have a little bit of early autumn. But yeah, so I really love the yellow. The yellows and the oranges are so pretty. And yeah, I'm really enjoying all these different leaves and the variety. Even though we're doing the exact same things on them, it does create a variety, which is one of the reasons why I like autumn. And of course the cute little owls, I can't wait to do those. All these leaves remind me of the apple trees that we're trying to grow. I bought a thing of apples from Costco, and I cut into an apple one day, and every single seed in the apple was growing. So I took 6 of the seeds out of the apple, and we planted them, and they are growing really fast. And I kept cutting into the apples, and they kept growing. I think I've got at least 8 apple seedlings growing. They're pretty cute. Ryan keeps asking me about apples from the apple trees, and I keep having to tell him that it'll be a long time before those trees become apple trees. Here's the finished yellow leaf. It's so cute. I like the yellow ones. They're just so vibrant. And we're going to attach that onto the wreath. And make sure you position it well with a few straight pins and applique it as normal. Here's my attached leaf, and you can see where I appliqued it and where I didn't. There's the back. I'm noticing there are a lot of leaves on this wreath. I think a good half of the project is just putting leaves onto the wreath. So in my next tutorial we'll be putting on more leaves. Please join me, and if you have any questions, please comment down below. Also check in the description box for any other projects that I have done and any materials that I have used. Check those out. Question of the day: what kind of car do you drive? And if you don't drive a car, what kind of car would you drive if you could pick a car? So the car that we have, well, I have two cars. We have a Honda CR-V and we have a Honda Pilot. And we're kind of Honda people because Japanese cars are awesome. We haven't had any problems with them, so we keep buying them. And I like both my Hondas. So that's the car that we drive. If you like this video, please like and subscribe and comment down below with any questions that you have. I would love to read those comments and get to know you guys a little bit better. And thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye! Thank you for watching. My name is Jennifer. And question of the day: if you drive more than one kind of car, what would your favorite